Guys, now I have a pleasure to interview Fili Wiese. I'm right with your surname?
Yes, Fili Wiese.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. So, well, actually, you work together with Kaspar, Szymanski. I was right with his surname as well.
Yes, you were.
Yes, 2 times. Yeah, thumbs up. Okay, so tell me a little bit about your experience, what you do exactly, guys, right now, because I know that you've been working for a while with penalization. Have you changed this angle, or you are still keep working on this one as well?
Well, of course we do help our clients with getting out of penalties or algorithmic updates kind of thing. But that never was our primary work. We are good at it because we have done it within Google. We had the advantage that we had the pleasure, I should actually say, to work with a great team within Google to try to improve the overall Google index quality and to improve the user experience. And it's very, very cool if you think about how many users you're actually impacting with that quality control. Mm-hmm. And so from that perspective, that's something that both Kaspar and I knew very well. On top of that, within Google, I also did a lot of programming and workflow tools development.
So you have development skills as well?
Yes,
like a developer.
So my title when I left Google was Senior Support Engineer.
Uh-huh.
So I'm basically an ex-Google engineer.
And what is your favorite language when it comes to development?
Oh, Python.
Python, okay,
by
cool
far.
one.
Absolutely. Now I can do a little bit in other stuff as well, and it's all doable.
So you still do?
I do a lot of stuff still in Python.
Yeah.
I program our own internal tools in Python. I do a lot of stuff also with websites in Python, not in PHP, unlike a lot of other people. Mm-hmm. But I prefer Python for publishing on the web. Mm-hmm. I use Google App Engine in that way.
Oh.
So that's a very cool tool to use.
Well, actually, I think that's the skill that I'm really missing, because I really have a lot of ideas. I want to implement, and each time I need to find a developer, just like, why I can't just do it for myself, because it's so time consuming. Because if only I could, I would say if only.
I have worked with other developers after I left Google, trying to realize a couple of ideas. Mm-hmm. And although the developments were overall good and nice and stuff like that, I always found that if I did it in the end myself, it would take me time, but it would be much better in quality.
Definitely, because that's what you do for your own project. You care about, even like you have a nameplate.
Yes, but also from a technical point of view, in most cases I find that because my heart is in it, I am very much, I care about making the right design decisions when it comes to in the structure-wise,
everything inside it. Yeah, so, it really makes sense.
And on top of that, it's actually hard to find people that are really good, for example, in Google App Engine. And since Google App Engine was launched, I believe in 2008, I've been very much in the background, still at Google, interested in the product, and also on the mailing list internally, worked a little bit with them, asked them questions and stuff like that, kept an eye on the developments. And so when I left Google, I just continued that, but then from the outside. And it's really cool. It's a really cool platform to use.
Okay, very interesting. So your next speak and gig will be at Search Metrics, right?
Yes.
It will be Search Metrics Summit. When is it going to happen?
Next week. No, wait, 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now.
How I know about this? I googled your name, and you know what? They are very, actually, that's very neat. They use their speakers' names to promote the event in Google AdWords. So, well, what I thought when I googled your name, I saw that Fili Wiese, is going to speak at Search Metrics Summit.
Yeah.
But I was, kind of disappointed, because when I clicked over there, I was just sent to the list of all speakers which was started from my item. So it was in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
That was very confusing from a user perspective.
Yeah.
So my question is, so this example makes me wonder, what recent digital marketing strategies have you seen that really look cool, but had implemented in not a really good way, we would say.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny you found that, because I haven't Googled my name for a little while already. I do obviously once in a while.
Yes,
but
certainly.
Overall, I like everyone else. But it's kind of funny because I didn't know that they were doing it, so I learned it from you. So that's kind of cool. And I think actually it's a very good, almost very good implementation. Obviously, it's missing the last little bit.
Yeah, it's last little bit, which is like making it a little bit useless, because when I search for a name, so I have a user intention to learn more about you, not about Aleida or the rest of other speakers.
Yeah.
So when I click there, I go, cool.
You expect the profile
Fili
of me.
will be talking about what?
Yes.
About
so,
nothing.
I'll pass that on anyway. But when I look at one of the things I see a lot of clients do wrong, and their intention is okay, but I still see them doing wrong, is not saving log data. And I do see some clients saving log data for the last couple of days or the last couple of weeks. Days or weeks is nothing for log data. We need months, years, preferably years. And having the data available or not, that's something that really is often a problem.
Yeah.
And really a missed opportunity, because log data can really help us understand any SEO, either in-house or external party, that looks at your website, can really help understand what is Googlebot seeing, what is Googlebot getting from your website. And you'll
how does exactly Googlebot crawl your website?
Not exactly how, because here's the thing, you will not know which URL Google will crawl next. It's not like a standard SEO audit crawler. The standard SEO crawler goes in from the top, like the homepage, and then goes all the way down.
Yeah.
Whereas a Googlebot basically does that maybe the first time with a couple of URLs initially, and after that, once it gets to a critical mass, it just starts crawling according to its own prioritization scheme. Now, this prioritization scheme is not necessarily top-down at all. Can be, but is very rare. Not having that log data, having that log data still doesn't allow you to see what the scheme is in the future, but it will let you see what it was in the past. And so that data can be very useful.
So you can find overlooked pages first of all.
You can see Google also crawls pages sometimes more often than others.
So you can prioritize them accordingly.
Yes, but you can also understand from that, not necessarily that you prioritize, but you can understand what Google has prioritized. So you can better understand what Google is doing with your website and why certain pages aren't ranking. One of the things I often see is, for example, that to combat low quality content, that people come up with algorithms to say like, well, okay, this page had not had, for example, based on Google Analytics data, did not have any visitors in the last, say, 6 months, so we're going to no index it. The problem that I have with that particular logic is that it still misses out on a lot of data. For example, log data. Because if Google has never visited that URL, of course you did not get any visitors.
But if then it happens.
So to assume straight away, okay, analytics didn't record any visits, doesn't mean there's not a great potential still for that page. It means that we need to fix the internal linking and potentially other factors to get that page up and ranking, or at least crawled and indexed. And then we can say, okay, is it high quality or not from a Google perspective? Now, obviously, we can maybe see it already in advance before that. But yeah, that's basically assuming that the quality isn't uber bad. It is something that you wrote and published for a reason.
So you work a lot with log data, so you just, like kind of making graphs, because it looks like, you just get it and you need somehow to organize it, yeah? So you...
The primary thing that Kaspar and I are doing is primarily SEO audits and SEO trainings. Like here at BrightonSEO, I did yesterday I did the advanced technical on-page SEO training. I'll do another one in June for BrightonSEO as well again in September. And they're sold out, so if you're interested, be on time.
Yeah, definitely. I'll try my best.
It is one of the...
Because I do, but I'll try my best.
It is. It is kind of fun to, in a way, to be able to say it is one of the most popular sessions of the trainings. So
Interesting.
it is fun, and I have a great day. It's really, yesterday was a really entertaining day, also for that purpose.
Awesome.
But what we do, what Kaspar and I do the rest of the time when we're not training people, which we could do in-house or at events like this, then we do SEO audits. Now, as part of the SEO audits, we can also do penalty recovery.
Okay.
Because you have to keep in mind, penalty recovery comes from looking at a website. So it's
from different angles.
From a different angle. Like with one, you're looking at improving the ranking. The other one, you're trying to get it in the ranking in the first place. And we'll also still look at how to improve the ranking in addition. But the primary focus there lies then on the penalty recovery. So we do both. But that's the primary thing we do. Penalization is a subset of
so you're trying to find why, basically, because it's like, you can't help if you don't know what's really happened.
Exactly, and in order to know that, you need to do an audit, be it off page or on page. That's why all our audits are normally on and off page at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. So I have a question about Kaspar. Actually, we've already touched this, that you met Kaspar at Google, and so the question is, why did you decide together to establish a company? So, well, because you have close relationship during your working days at Google, or you just, just bumped into later?
Yeah. So Kaspar and I worked really well at Google together. In a way that
you were from one department.
We were working both for search quality, so that's where we met.
Your desks were nearby?
No, not necessarily actually. I joined
at least
Google.
Lunches together?
Yeah, that's most definitely.
Okay,
most definitely.
That's good touching point.
So we did sit on the same floor. We did sit. We did have our lunches together. I started a few months earlier than he started, and right off, we did a lot of things together. We have written, for example, also a lot of content for the Webmaster blog. Often you'll find his name only on it. That's fine. That's how we work. And
you're like, okay, that's fine. I'm a guest after.
You'll find my name on a few of them
I'm a guest contributor, that's fine.
No, I'm a contributor in a way, but I worked with Kaspar and the PR team and John Muller and all the others to write content for the Webmaster blog whenever there was a topic that was worth writing about. And also with Kaspar and I have trained a lot of people when it comes to going to conferences. Like you may have noticed that a lot of the Googlers were very quiet at conferences. They didn't really want to talk.
Because it's in-day?
Yeah, in a way it's like we try to help them open up and be able to know when and when not to talk and how to answer questions. So those are some of the things Kaspar and I worked together with. Now obviously we did also penalization together, we did reconsideration teams together, stuff like that. So we've done a whole bunch of things together, and we noticed really very well that for technical purposes we may not be brothers, but we can finish each other's sentences quite easily, and we did that already in Google. So it was for both of us a no-brainer to continue afterwards.
Yeah, it's like beneficial.
And which is why we call ourselves also Search Brothers. It's just the two of us, and we really enjoyed just working the two of us together. So
very cool. Awesome story of a very long-lasting friendship that's turned out to be an awesome business journey.
Yes.
Just like,
we've known each other for more than 10 years at this point. So.
Oh guys, well actually that might be just not a royal sign that you can establish a business with your friends. It also has its own pros and cons, but as you can see, looking at Fili Kaspar, it's quite successful.
Yeah.
So I'll wish you more years together.
Thank you very much.
Respectful.
Yeah.
And having a lot of clients and helping them going through their penalization issues and just surviving.
Well, no, not just surviving. We want to make them sure that they rank well as well, even if they don't have a penalty.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of ways to optimize websites, and that's what we help people with.
Okay, guys. So if you have any issues with penalization, you have the right person to go. Thank you very much, Fili.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with me. Thank you. Have a lovely day.
Thank
you.